Hello guys, welcome back. This is your faculty Sudarshan. So you are giving a huge response to our videos for the past 1 week. Those who are watching our CA Foundation videos. So in this video, I am going to discuss on how you need to present your papers. We have taken a certified copy from our student and we need to do it. Okay. So this student, he has scored around 83.5 marks in the paper number 1, that is principles and practices of accounting. Okay, so in this paper what is our major thing is how we need to present our paper, first point, and our second point is what mistakes we can avoid, what question we should choose first. That's a three thing we will going to clarify in this video. Okay, in this first thing, what you need to do, whatever the questions you have written, you just need to tick these boxes. Nothing should be ticked. A, B, C. This you should not tick. Okay. This and all is not, you not going to do it. Okay. You are only going to do it regarding those part. This part only you are going to be ticked by the candidate against the questions answer. Then once we coming back, we will quickly getting into the questions. Yes. He has written, he is think he is well good in question number 2. So he has written question number 2A. Okay. So there will be a many conception that each and every person, each and every teacher will have a different approach to a paper presentation. In accounting, if you want to like write this, I will tell my students to write down solution to question 2. Like this, if you want to write. Again, if you want, you can write it. If it is write it in one place, it is more than sufficient also. Or you can simply write question 2A itself, you can write it. Okay. Anything you can write. Okay. Minimum, you should write it at minimum one place. If you're writing at two places, it is up to you because it is going to be a time consuming. Okay. Next. He has written a banking reconciliation statement. If you're going to write, same you should write. As on should be the word, it should be there. If it is a serial, date is not, obviously date is not going to be there. Serial number, if you want, you can write down, or else you can omit this. Directly you can write particulars, 2 rupees columns you can write, and balances. If shall I make use of those margins? Yes, you can make use of these margins, but try to minimize those usages. Don't take each and every question, don't go to the margin and write it. Okay. And it is a simple approach. He has gone with two methods. That is, we have BRS, we have two methods. One is add or less method and plus or minus method. He has gone with add or less method. It is completely fine. And he has scored for 2A. He has scored 10 out of 8 marks. Sorry, 8 marks he has scored out of 10 marks. Okay. So obviously you should write balance credit favorable. Like this, you need to present it your paper. Each and everything should be properly written. It should be in a legible manner. Then coming back to question 2B. Again, it is going to be a 10-mark question. So in those 10-mark question is regarding those question based on rectification of errors. Okay. The same rectification of errors question he has written properly, has given everything in the books of whose books, journal entries, date, particulars. Even though you don't have any dates in your question, you should write date column, particulars column. LF should be a very minimalized part. Very minimalized thing. LF should be, and debit as well as credit. Okay. Next. Yes, written everything. This line, this markings, everything you can done it last. You can done it last. Okay. And narration should be your important thing, and narration should be in a precise format, and it will be very minimalized. Okay, he has done. Don't write this PTO. Okay, don't write this because it is going to be anyhow online. Each and every paper is going to be corrected. So don't write this. Try to avoid writing this. And he has done. He has perfectly, neatly presented. He has awarded with 9 marks. So from question 2A, he has scored from question 2 out of 20 marks. He has scored 17 marks from question 2. Okay, next. We will move to question 3. What is next written? Yes, obviously it's going to return question 3. Again, he is feeling that question 3 is the next best question. So he has presented the next best question. Okay. Again, it is based on bills of exchange. I think this question is going to in that attempt, they have tested for 15 marks by preparing those two books, both drawer as well as the drawee thing. Okay. Same as written in the books of what is a person, journal entries has been written, date has been written properly, particulars, LF, debit, credit, rupee symbol as properly written, the basics, the format, everything is perfect. Okay. Then date is written. This ditto marks he has done. If you want, you can put it, not an issue. You are going to give the marks for them because there is no thing for specifically for date column like this. So you can do those ditto mark also. It is also permitted. Okay. Then bills receivable to J, everything, each and every journal entry is be precisely done. Everything is neatly presented along with, even though the discount, you don't waste any time to going for a working note. Yeah, simply put it and write it in those brackets itself. It will save some more time also. Okay. So yes, written, and every discounts you have written properly. Everything has been neatly presented. Okay. Somehow you have mistakenly do something. Okay, they have given a wrong marks. And Mr. J account, yeah, draw his account he has done. Okay, draw his account he has prepared. Everything has prepared in a proper manner, and you have find some of the mistakes there, so I have deducted some marks. Okay, so they have deducted from marks from question 3A. It is for 15 mark question. He has put 13 marks from it. Okay, next. 3B, it's a simple question whether, and I will give you one more thing. When average due date and account current is going to be tested, you should write average due date. When average due date, sale or return is tested, sale or return basis, it is up to you. Option is yours. You can go with, if you're comfortable with the average due date, you can go with average due date. If you're comfortable with sale or return, what you are prepared with 200%, you can go with this. Whenever it is sale or return or account current, directly go with sale or return, because it's going to be time saving moment for you. Because if you choose account current, it should be a lengthy calculation, everything, but some of them are more confident in account current, go with it and secure your 5 marks. Okay, then coming back to question 3B, as usual, I will tell what method you can write, that is up to you in the call, but write it in the center of a page. It will be more catchy, more easily understand by the correctioner. Okay, average due date calculation you can write out, or computation of average due date, anything you can write. Then date of transaction, due date, amount column should be have rupee sign. Then product, he has missed the rupee, so product is also, you should have a rupees. Okay, then it is base date, plus or minus you should put. Then total product by total amount, inside you should write days. Then 9 day, again you need to write days. Then it will be 31.7 pound approximate. Here ICAI has done with so many mathematical calculation he has done. But what my logic is, if it is 31.2 day, it is obviously 31 days already over. It is already gone. Now we are in the 32nd day is running. Okay. So it means you should put 32 days only. This is my logic. Okay. What ICAI has done, no? ICAI is done, no? Suppose in some question, if it is 31.2, they will go with 31. In some question, it is 31.5. In some, they will go with 31. Or in some case, they will go with 32. And in another case, 31.77. In those cases also, they will go with 32. Okay, like this mathematical calculation they have taken. So what I will prefer, if it is in the terms of days, obviously it should be what? 31st day is already over. We are in the 32nd day. 32nd day is running out. So we will go with 32 days. That's my logic. That's what I have taught to my students, and you need to go. But it is up to you what call you will take. I will only suggest you to do. Final decision from your side. Okay. Then obviously a final, that is PTO. This is not required. Okay. If you could box it, it will be a good legible. Okay, and it is assumed that he has, because some case, because it is 2022 only, it is not required to be write down. It is only assumed that 28 days only, because it is non-leap year. In non-leap year, it is only going to be what? 28 days only. This note is not required. If you return, that is also completely fine. Interest calculation he has done. What I will tell now, interest calculation, we have some formula for interest calculation. Write this formula. Anyhow, you are going to provide those full marks also. But what I will tell, write those formula and then write, even though your interest calculation is going to be wrong, you will get full marks. Even though this approximation, if you write, it will attract the examiner to give you so many good marks. Okay. And total amount is payable is, that is amount due plus interest you need to add, and final amount you need to pay within the due date. And this statement you need to write down. Everything needs to be write down. So entire 5 out of 5 marks he has got. So 13 plus 5 has scored 18 marks in those question 3. Okay. Next question, what is here written? 4A has written. He has done very good in a partnership. So he has scored 4A, 10 out of 10 marks in partnership. I think so. It is a 10-mark question. Yeah. He has scored 10 out of 10 marks in those partnership. Okay. We'll just try to decode it. Okay. So he has done everything. Debit basics are strong. Debit credit in the books of XYZ partnership firm. Revaluation account. Particulars is done. He has taken, his handwriting is little bit bigger. So he is making use of the margins. You can also take and utilize it. But what I will tell also, you should minimize, try to minimize the usage of those. Don't go everything towards the margin. Okay, revaluation. Always I will always tell my students to go with simultaneous preparation. Read the adjustments, keep posting. Debit side on the revaluation account, partners capital. Simultaneously, if you post, simultaneously, if you prepare a balance sheet, everything will comes to a simple end. Okay. So the revaluation account is prepared. So for those revaluation account, if it is a 10-mark question, they are going to award it for 2.5 marks as a step mark for revaluation account. Okay, then coming to partners capital. Partners capital has written everything perfectly. X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z. Okay, 16,000 working notes. Wherever working notes is possible, you should quote your working notes. Okay, everything should be posted. What I will tell them, for balance category, if you round it, it will be better. And don't forget to write it in those part. Balance brought down. Write it in this part and you will try to conclude this. That is a 3.5. Okay, 3.5 marks. For those partners capital, we're going to 3.5 plus 2.5. How much? 6 marks is only for revaluation and partners capital. If it is in case of balance sheet, if it is in case of balance sheet, they are going to test you for 4 marks. 4 marks is a total marks. Along with those working notes also, it is inclusive of those working notes. Okay. So he has done everything neatly, legible manner. Appreciation, depreciation, everything depreciation, everything has written very properly. Working notes, new profit sharing ratio he has done. Working number 2, share of reserves, journal entry he has done, adequate journal entries he has passed. Okay, then he has done everything. So they have given 10 out of 10. Did you believe? Is it possible in partnership? Yes, it is possible when you have a strong basics on it. Okay, then coming to 4B. 4B is again NPO, that is not for profit organization. Again, it's a 10-mark question. He has scored 9.5. It's what it shows. It means he has done his schooling really great. Okay, this basics is very strong. This student is from the state board only. Okay, he has done really good. His basics is so strong, so that he has done everything in a good manner. So it is a reversal question. They have given income and expenditure and their balance sheet. He has prepared receipts and payments account and sorry, they have given income and expenditure and adjustments. He has prepared receipts and payments account along with balance sheet. He has prepared. Okay, everything, each and everything has prepared in a legible manner. Okay, his handwriting, don't focus on those handwriting. Even in nowadays also, I have committed this mistake. Somehow two by is some classes I missed to write it. Okay. So even if it is in those cases, they have deducted that's half mark or 0.5 mark only for those mistakes he have committed, like scribbling and all. They have only deducted for those point marks. Even if he don't do these mistakes, he will award it with again 10 out of 10 marks. Okay, so make sure you have everything. The subscription, don't go for working note subscription, plus outstanding, minus advance, plus advance. Whatever you do it in schooling, do it in the same manner. Payments by salaries plus outstanding minus outstanding. That is closing outstanding minus opening outstanding. That is minus closing outstanding, opening outstanding. Reversal question. Everything you can do it. Okay. Then balance sheet. Again, liabilities, rupees column, assets, 2 rupees column, balance sheet, as on. Even some cases you can use the word asset. Everything you can use. Okay. This is the original balance sheet. This is a balance sheet to find out the capital fund. Okay. So based on this, he has capital and he has carried on and he has done with the question. Okay. It's a good question. This you can easily get the mark. Then he has done question number 6. That is for again 20 marks. He has scored 6A first, that is company accounts. He has scored 13 marks from it. That is 15. 13 by 15. He has only missed 2 marks. Okay. First, what I will do, my students, focus more on conceptual part, more on some. Focusing on a theory should be at last. Always I will tell. Okay. Date, particulars, LF, debit, credit. Each and every journal entry is properly executed. Okay. Being application money is received, narration should be there. You have a sufficient time. It is only based on the practice you have done. At least try 2 to 3 mock tests. It will give you a good time management. Time is more important. Okay, has done beautifully, has presented the paper. Okay, and he has done some committed, some mistakes is going to be happen in some papers also. Not everyone is going to be presented in a paper like a wow. Okay, so yes, if you committed any mistake, just strike it off and just continue it. That's not an issue. Okay. Each and everything should be precisely formatted along with main working notice regarding for featured account. How you are going to utilize those furniture amount, what is the amount you are going to utilize for capital reserve, everything is done. For that step, they are going to provide 1 mark. 1 mark is there for those steps. Okay, yes, done. And this question is based on the balance sheet. I think this is from December 2022 paper. So that's a thing. And for this balance sheet, yes, presented the paper. Somehow we have done. So they are going to give you point for that is not step 2. Step 2 is regarding those 6.5 is a mark they have given. But in overall notes to accounts you have presented, for notes to accounts only is there is the mark for CA Foundation. Everything has beautifully presented. For us, they are going to give you 1.5 marks. Okay. So in total, step 1, this is the step 1. They are considering next step is a balance sheet. That is step 2. They have only given 0.5 marks. Okay. And notes to accounts, they have given 1.5 marks. Okay. And working notes, they have presented 1 marks. Okay. So total 13 marks. I already posted a previous video that it is easily possible to score you 60 plus, but what he has actually done. He has scored 83 marks. Okay. Then 6B is regarding those theory question. What is a directly attributable cost? What he has learned, what he has understand is presented in the paper. That is at the time of purchasing, what is a directly attributable cost which we are taking care of. Okay. Don't expect 5 out of 5 in theory. Just go and simply write what you understand, what you have attended your classes, everything was done for coaching, those who study self-study. You have done everything, no? Just write it and get your marks, minimum 2 marks, 3 marks. Just try to accept those. Okay. So 2 marks he has given. That's completely fine. Okay, theory. And 1A is regarding true or false. Now, heart of the paper is what? 12 marks, true or false is there. They're going to give you 6 questions into 2 marks. You are going to give it what? 12 marks you are going to get. In this 12 marks, minimum target should be 10 marks. Minimum target is how much? 10 marks. That's what he has also done. I always tell all the students, minimum score 10 marks, at least 8 marks, maximum 12, at least. Not even if you're not going to achieve 10 marks, at least bare minimum score 8 marks. Okay. But moderately, you need to score 10 marks. You give a heading true or false, write false, box it. Don't write reason. If you write it, it is also good. Try to explain and read it like a brief manner. Don't like if say that question requires one line explanation, it is completely fine. Give it one line. Suppose if there is more than one line explanation is there already there, give it and score good marks. This question, what is the basic fundamental assumption that is going concern consistency and accrual, everything they have done. True or false? What is second question is true. He has done with a good explanation. And question number three, you take lot of pages. You are paying for it. Correct. Do it. Each and every question should be started on a new page. That's already we have tell it in so many videos. Each and every question should be start on new page, new page, new page only. Okay. Don't join the words by writing over and over like this. Simply write two true or false, three true or false in one page. That is more than sufficient. Okay. Then third is true. Fourth one is false. Fifth one, he has written true and he has given the reason, they are given marks. Question number 6, he has written something, but they are not given the marks. There may be also some reasons he may be scribble or the answer is not proper. Maybe there may be an option like this. They are given only those 10 marks. Okay. Next. Next, he has taken an additional page. Yeah, 1B has done whatever he has studied regarding provision and contingent liability. He has just simply write it in this paper. Nothing like in the book. What is properly in the book, he has never presented. Just whatever is comes to mind, whatever is gone through, whatever is studied, he has just presented it paper. They are given 1 marks. Don't avoid to write it in your examination or don't omit to write it in your examination. At least write something in those theory part. You may, if you have the luck, you may get at least 1 mark or 2 mark or 3 mark. It may just for 83 mark student, the 3 mark will not be a big case. For those who are scoring 40, for those who are trying to get 60, because if you get 60, no, in mathematics, you have an advantage to score 40. If you score 60 in economics, no, you have an advantage to score minimum 40 in law. So those 3 marks, those 2 marks will be helpful. Those who are trying to score 60. Okay. So make sure you are doing it. Then 1C, it is a basic question, depreciation question. He has done basically and has presented and he never forgot to do the basics. Debit, credit, machinery account, date, particulars, rupees, date, particulars, rupees. That's everything. The basic is so strong, no? You will easily never forgot those things. And he has done 3 marks. He has done the, at last only has written, no? That's what I tell. Question 1 can be written within 15 to 20 minutes. Question 1 entirely. Okay. Question 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only takes time. In those 4, what? In those 5 questions, what is those 4 questions you need to choose? That's a point. This 4 question, when to choose, how to present it, everything before entering the exam hall itself, you know. That's how you need to prepare. Whenever BRS question comes first, you need to write it at first. Okay, that's a one thing. Okay, this is the end of those paper. Okay, so this is what he has done, and he has scored how many marks? 83.5. I will consider them as 83. I never overvalue the paper. That is 83 marks he has scored. Okay. And one more thing. If you want one more paper discussion on this principles and practice of accounting, one of my also the student who has scored 69.5, I think so. He has scored some marks around 70. I don't know exactly. If you know, if you want those papers to be discussed again, do comment below, share to your friends, share to your colleagues, those who are reach know how to present your paper. Some of them are writing for first time, no. So for them, it may be very helpful. Okay. So make sure like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to comment below if you want one more paper discussion on principles and practice of accounting. All the best for your preparation. Do your exams well. We are coming with a list set of videos which are in the line to be for you, to help you for your examination. Have a nice day, guys.